Welcome to Laugh, Cry, IEP, the podcast for moms with neurodivergent kids by Victoria Crisp. Victoria is a special education consultant and advocate with 20 years of experience on the school side and 5 additional years on your side. This is your journey, but you are not alone. Here, you'll learn, you'll be understood, and you'll find community. In fact, we'd love to have you join us in the Laugh Cry IEP community on Facebook. We'll tell you how at the end. Now, here's your host, Victoria Crisp.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Victoria. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Thanks so much for talking with me this morning. I'm really excited to tell people about summer at St. John's and the educational and academic piece that we've kind of added over the past couple of years, because I think it's like really helpful for families to know about. And I think what you're doing is super innovative, and I just love the summer program so much that I'm excited to share it with the families and folks that are listening.
Well, I'm happy to talk about it. Summer camp has been something I've been doing for, I don't know, 15, 20 years at this point. And to be able to run such an amazing program on such a beautiful campus and be able to serve kids in a variety of ways just kind of keeps me coming back. It's my day-to-day job. And from September to May, we really plan every day of the summer. And then June to late August, it's high octane. Every day is go, go, go with up to 900 kids on campus. The program itself is run through St. John's Prep. So our summer program, Summer at St. John's, offers programs for boys and girls ages 4 to 18. We have 3 distinct camps within that Summer at St. John's umbrella. Camp Chris is our super traditional day camp. We've been around since 1946, so very well established. We have Eagle Camp. Yeah, I know. I didn't know that till I joined either.
So that's great. That's ages 4 to what?
4 to 18.
Okay.
In terms of all the programmings we run, Camp Chris, I suppose, is more 4 to 16 if you include our leadership and training program. We also have Eagle sports camps. So, that's a day camp for kids who don't like arts and crafts or just want to spend the day running around playing with high school and Division I athletes, our counselors. And then we have our exploration camps. We run up to about 90 different programs in exploration camp through the summer. That might be tripping. So we take kids off campus and we do a variety of trips like kayaking, rock climbing, hiking, museums, etc. They might stay on campus and do cooking, coding, drama, intro to improv, you name it. We try and bring it onto campus for kids to explore their self-interests.
I love it. Operationally, this is such an enormous undertaking, and to your credit, this runs like clockwork.
It's huge. Like I said, we have up to 900 kids a week. We hire up to around 200, 210 staff to make that happen. And we are very picky about the people that we hire because we know that young adults and teenagers really make a difference to these kids. So we really seek the very best counselors.
And they are. They're amazing.
We're very fortunate that our team really goes above and beyond to put the children first, which is a huge part of the St. John's mission anyway, and something that we as a summer program really try and accelerate.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's like my favorite place. And the campus is so beautiful, meticulously maintained. I mean, I think when I'm there in the summertime, I'm like, this is so beautiful. Like the kids are not lucky there. I don't think that everything, I mean, it's like pristine. The place is
It really is. We have 175 acres, 14 buildings, 19 basketball courts, 7 athletic fields, and 2 swimming pools, and a challenge course.
And it's amazing because it's like all these little kids like everywhere. Some of them walking in lines and they've got their swim gear on, carrying their little lunch pails, and like younger kids, older kids that are teenagers that are the camp counselors are like leading them, or they're like playing music on their phones and everyone's like kind of walking nicely through campus. It's just like so fun to watch all of it go on. And then I don't know if I should probably not start with this, but since I already started, the field day that you do at the end. It's like Disney. It's amazing.
We like to go out with a bang. I
Oh,
think the day you're thinking about, we bring on, I don't know, 10, 12 giant bouncies. We put them on one of our athletic fields, and the kids just go nuts, and they move between bounce houses and swimming pools and fun activities and ice creams and slush puppies, all that fun stuff that kids really love
yes.
in summer.
And you like pump music out to the field too, right? For all of this?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep, we're
I
very
mean,
lucky.
I was in a building last year that had like a little balcony that overlooked this. And when I went outside, I was like, I can't, this is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like this. That's amazing.
That's a good
Um,
viewpoint. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an excellent viewpoint. Yeah, for sure. Um, no, I just can't say enough good things. And when I talk to people, they're like, "Oh, you mean like high school boys?" I'm like, "No, no, nope. Like little kids, like 4-year-olds, boys and girls from public schools, private schools who live anywhere in the neighborhood and not the neighborhood, anywhere in the area. And you also have
Yeah.
transportation."
We have 5 transportation routes. We run 7 buses a week to multiple locations. Melrose is one of our biggest
Yep.
catchment areas. We have 3 buses just to serve Melrose alone a week. It's
Where do the
insane.
other buses? Sorry.
No, we have a service that serves Melrose direct. We have a service that goes to Salem, Marblehead, and Swampscott. We have a service that runs Reading, Wakefield, and Linfield. And we have 2 new routes starting this year, Newburyport, and a route that serves Lawrence and Andover.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. And you know, like in the public school system, busing is like the most difficult thing to manage right now because there's such a shortage. So it's amazing that you're able to have that. Maybe there's more buses available. Do you use a regular school transportation company?
We contract out to a bus transportation service who actually are grateful for the work in the summer because it means they can offer year-round work to their employees. So it's kind of a win-win for both
Yeah.
parties.
I mean, you're actually like helping the industry being able to keep buses for everybody and bus drivers for everybody. So that's like another huge bonus that I didn't even think about until I just asked you that question.
It's the same
Which
as the catering team that we work with. So typically in the past, the dining services would basically be out of work in the summer, but because of the number of kids we're bringing in who are choosing to opt into our lunch program, they're keeping a full kitchen team as well. So again, we're moving from 10-month kitchen employees to 12-month kitchen employees,
yeah,
which only helps those families as well.
yeah, love it. So, all right, let's talk about the education piece that you have added in
Yeah.
to this already very robust summer programming that you had going on.
Yeah, so this all came about because of my experience with my oldest daughter. She's currently 14 in the Beverly School District. And she has a robust IEP. She definitely accesses a lot of different services through Beverly Middle School, which we're very grateful for. But one of those services is summer learning. And to assist with her summer learning loss, she gets a number of hours through the summer. And we found this to be, it's great that she's able to access that, but unfortunately, both my wife and I work, which means that it can create some difficulty in truly accessing that. When we're offered a 3-hour program 3 days a week from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. We're kind of like, what do we do for the rest of those days? So how do we kind of mix up a little bit of fun in the summer that every child deserves with the learning that is needed? And so we know we have a lot of kids coming on campus. We know that some of those kids have a need to meet with an educational professional through the summer to kind of service their various needs. And that's why we're able to team up with yourself and another tutie, Jody Cerrone, to offer a variety of educational add-ons, I think we called them.
Yeah.
So we'd have a child come to us, let's say they get dropped off at 9 a.m. They get put into their camp group. They have a fun morning. You, Victoria, would work with the family to determine the number of times you'd meet with that child through the week, and also determine the time slot that would be available to that child. We would then pick that child up, probably on a golf cart, because that makes every kid smile.
That's their
Um,
favorite thing. They get
and
chauffeured
then
over in a golf cart.
we chauffeur them to you. We deliver the kids to you. You work with them. We pick them up and we put them back in the camp group. This way, we felt that between the hours of 9 and 4, that child has had an amazing camp experience. We'll definitely hit the swimming pool because we do not schedule time with tutors during swim time, because that's just a cornerstone of camp life. And then the families know that they've met with an educational professional to work on whatever it is that child needs. By the time the family picks up at 4 or 5 o'clock, they're done. They can then enjoy family time. And that's really important to me as someone who has a family. Time is precious, time is short. We don't want to be running around all over the North Shore, dropping kids off at one thing, picking them up, taking them to another, and then getting home at 7, 8 o'clock, feed them bed, and kind of begin the cycle the next day. So we're hoping we're able to provide something for families here, where their kid is in a safe place where they're doing something really fun and constructive, but also importantly for that individual, accessing an educational professional like yourself to make sure that they're getting what they need through the summer to kind of meet the larger educational goals.
Yeah, and it's worked out beautifully. We I think we trialed this 2 years ago,
Yeah.
just to kind of see how it would go. And I think I saw 2 kids that first year, or 3 kids, and we were kind of just like dipping our toe into this what this would be like. Um, and families will email me, or reach out and say, what is it that you're offering? And my answer really is, if you pick a time slot, we can do whatever the child needs to work on at that time. It's
Yeah.
not like a set thing that I've set up beforehand. I can really tailor it to where the kid's at, meet the kid where they're at, and, try to fill that in and make sure that there's no summer slide learning loss, and fill that in. And some parents will say, well, oh, my child doesn't have an IEP. That doesn't matter. That's not really what we're doing. I do see kids that receive special education services,
Yeah.
but I also see all sorts of kids. And I see lots of kids that go to private schools and they don't have IEPs either. So, because they're in private schools. So it's really great that you're able to I'm able to tailor it to like exactly what they're looking for. And this year I hope to add kind of some additional fun things like literacy games, math games, more manipulatives, for, tactile learning, and, just expand on the program. So we went from like 3 kids to, I don't know, did we have 10 or 12 last year? And then
Yeah.
we already have that many, I think, signed up for this year. And we're recording this the last day of February. So I don't know
Yeah.
what the summer is going to be like.
I mean, I hope that firstly, I want to acknowledge that every child is unique and individual, and everyone has different needs. And we all know that, some kids can go the summer and kind of pick up where they left off in June and not worry about it. And some kids really do struggle taking that much time out of a school environment. Camp is an amazing place to continue social emotional learning. We try and have those teachable moments and teach kids fun, interactive things that sometimes don't necessarily translate to the curriculum that they're covering in the grade they're going into. So for a child to be able to kind of touch base with someone who has a really deeper understanding of education and methods of learning, like yourself, like working with Jody, I think that's really valuable. And again, being able to do that within the camp day so that it's taking like something away from parents, and hopefully giving them something back in place.
Sure. And people have been really happy with it. And the kids like enjoy it. They're not like, oh, tutoring, I don't want to go. They're like excited. They show up excited. I didn't know what to expect. Like at first when we had so many kids, I was like, I'm not sure how this is gonna go. I guess we're gonna find out. But it was really overwhelmingly very successful.
It really was. And I think key to that success is the golf cart ride. Like
Oh my God, I agree. I agree. I'm not going to take credit. I think also I love it when they decide like if the other golf cart that has like the back seat that like looks out, like who's going to sit in that seat is like really the exciting part of tutoring.
Yeah, and we hire someone whose sole job is to help chaperone those kids around campus. So the kids are never navigating campus alone, which is something, really important to us as when we think of child safety and we acknowledge we're, like I said, we're a big campus and 14 buildings all over the place. Kids don't do this alone. They get to spend some really cool one-on-one time with a really awesome counselor who might make that trip really fun and kind of be goofy and aloof. They get that golf cart ride. They get something special in working with yourself, with Jody. And I think that's what we try and frame it as a positive.
Oh, it's hugely positive. And I will also say for some kids, I think that, they also really appreciate that downtime. So they get like a sensory break. So it's just like me in a room and like quiet talking. We can like turn the lights down. You have a half an hour of like kind of like low sensory experience, which is some for some kids like a really nice reset for kids who have this like really long, exciting day. They have that built in. And, they'll say, well, can I have like my snack? Like, of course you can have your snack or whatever you brought with you. Or, we can take 2 minutes and go to the store and get a drink. Like we get some water, refill the water bottles. And it's just like a really nice reset on top of the learning that we do to get that like one-on-one attention, have that kind of sensory break and reset for the rest of their like jam-packed, like very exciting day.
It's funny you mentioned that because camp is, it's constant. It's always on the go, where it's always fun and lots of moving. And you don't get that one-to-one time that the kids are able to get with you just because, we have so many kids and we can't make that happen. So it's really great that the kids who need it can take a step back and do something a little kind of calming and self-soothing, so that it kind of helps with their day.
Yeah, it's been really great. And I enjoy it so much. I taught for many, many years and then I was a special ed director and now I'm a in private practice in consulting. But it's so fun for me to kind of flex those teaching muscles and do some informal assessments, sometimes formal assessments, sometimes testing. I've done a little bit of that with the kids, based on if the family is interested in that. And then, really diving into expanding those skills that are already there. And, within, 6 to 10 weeks, they've like learned something new that they get to bring with them into their next school year. And if they hadn't had that, they wouldn't have that additional knowledge or skill, which is,
Yeah.
really gratifying as a teacher to be able to kind of build that. So it's been
Yeah.
great.
I definitely there are days where I definitely miss being a classroom teacher. And then there are days where I listen to my wife and I'm like, nope,
Yeah.
don't miss
Yeah.
that at all.
Well, I mean, I do it for however 10 or 8 weeks in the summertime, and I'm like, I'm good. Like, that's good for me for the year. Like, works out great. Um, the other thing that I wanted to talk about, oh, what the 4-year-olds, I remember saying to you, I'm gonna see the little kids, and you said, what to you is a little kid? And I was like, oh, like third grade. Like we go down to 4-year-old. And I'm like, oh God. So I'm like, I'm thinking about planning some programming for like just early literacy and number skills for the really little kids because I think that that's like an early intervention. I
Yeah,
mean,
early
they could learn to
interventions are
read.
a really great tool. We accessed it for both of our younger kids, and they kind of graduated out of that need. But we're very grateful for the services that were provided. And I think I can't remember the exact number, but there's a number of books that they suggest kids going into kindergarten have had access to, not obviously read. And that's something we try and bring into camp as well with our younger kids. We have a read aloud time. We have counselors sitting down. We go to the Danvers library. We pick out a bunch of books, and we kind of have the kids sit down and we try and do a sort of story time, if you will, with the books. It's definitely a hallmark of the younger kid time here. And I think kind of adding on to that and finding ways to get to that age group a little bit earlier would be really important.
Yeah, I'm excited about kind of planning out some of that for this upcoming summer. Well, I'm just really looking forward to it again. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the schedule?
Yes. So, yes, our camp day goes from 9 to 4. We have extended day options from 8 to 9 and from 4 to 5. So a family could drop off at 8 and pick up at 5 if they so wish. Our first week of camp is officially June 16th. And we then run for 8, 9 continuous weeks through August 15th. Every week has a different theme.
Yes.
We bring in all sorts of vendors. We have Big Joe, the storyteller, coming on campus. We have a life-size replica of an inflatable whale that comes onto campus. We have a professional beatboxer coming
I
onto.
didn't see the whale last year.
The
Was it
whale
there?
is really cool. You get to go inside it.
Oh my God, I have to go on a field trip inside the camp to see the whale this year. And I'll tell you what, mark my words, I will not be not prepared for the day or the week before the 4th of July this year because I was very sad that I did not know that everybody dresses up in like red, white, and blue, everything.
We
So I will
every
be
day.
ready this year.
The goal is for every day to have a slightly different flavor. So it could be crazy hat day. It could be wear a polka dot shirt day. We haven't come up with the kind of list of crazy things we want to do, but we want every day to be fun. We want every day to be interactive. We want every day to be different. So that, we have worked hard to put together a summer where a child can come in and experience a different day every single day that they're here. We have kids who come for 1 week. We have kids who come for 9.
Yep.
So being able to differentiate each day is really important to us. Our youngest campers, so every camper pre-K through entering grade 1 has a daily swim lesson built into their program. And they're provided through North Shore Swim Club. My youngest did this last summer with them, and I think she did 8 weeks of the lessons, and she went from being a non-swimmer to being able to swim a whole width unassisted in the pool, and she
It's
took so much
amazing.
pride and joy in that. And then our older kids, because we can't forget about them either, our older kids go on field trips each week. That could vary between going to the zoo. It could be Carnaby Lake or the USS Constitution. We try and really tap into the really great things that are around us geographically. And of course, the new ropes course that we had finished last summer becomes
Yes.
live
Well,
this.
that I think was right outside the window of where I was. So it was very exciting for the kids
Yeah.
to look at every day to see the progress that was made. And, obviously lots of questions about whether or not they can go on it. And I was like, Not with me. You can't go on. No, not with me. You can't go on
We
that.
have a
But
team of
it's really an
people who,
amazing
yeah.
structure. It looks so cool.
So yes, every day is a little bit different. Every day has its own unique flavor. Um, the staff that we hire, they're the people who make the difference. We really invest a lot in our staff. We feel like every camp has the crayons and the markers and the things that kids interact with, but it's the people they interact with that make the big difference.
Oh, I mean, I think one of the kids, I'm gonna call him a kid because to me they're kids, they're older teenagers, right? But I think he was like the valedictorian of his class. They all go to like very prestigious colleges. I mean, they're amazing kids, and they're so good with the kids. The little kids, the older kids are great with the little kids.
Yeah, we have a staff training program. It's about a week long, and we cover the nuts and bolts of working with children. But more importantly, we teach everyone that our big non-negotiable is kindness.
Yeah.
We expect every one of our counselors to be kind to those around us, to their fellow counselors, to the kids, to the facilities crew who may be keeping campus looking really beautiful. And then above our counselors, we have a team of 8 to 10 experienced educators who help us run camp in a leadership sense. So all of our counselors have this great support network where if they feel they can't help a kid in a certain way, they've got someone above them that they can kind of call on the radio, and we can send someone in to help support and assist as necessary.
Yeah. And it worked out so well. And it's really fun. Well, I can't say enough nice things about camp and also how excited I am to come back again this year and try to expand the programming based on the needs of the kids and the parents and what they're interested in. And so I work predominantly with kids that are there for many, many weeks over the summertime. But if they're going to be there for kind of 2 or 3 weeks, and that works too, depending on the amount of days. But the only kind of the time where I can't really see the kids is when they're in the field trip camps because they're not there. So I can't see
Right.
them if they're just going on the field trip. But everybody else I can just see when they're going to be there.
Yeah, we really work with the families and with the tutor as well to help schedule the campers to meet with a tutor around a suitable time. Like I said, we always guarantee pool time. We look at the schedule, and if we know that the group is going to see the Whalemobile, for example, we won't schedule
Right.
a visit with yourself then. We don't want it to negatively impact the kids, so we really try
No.
to choose those activities that kids can kind of slip in and out of
Yeah.
ease, that
Yeah.
isn't going to kind of take a hit on their kind of fun week.
Yeah, and I think the way the schedule works, it makes sense to I have them during a block where they're not likely to be doing something, really special
Yeah,
or important. So like the way the blocks are. So that's worked out nice too. Yeah, no, definitely I can't compete with the Wheelmobile, nor would I want to.
that thing's awesome. Cindy, the lady who runs that, she's a phenomenal marine biologist.
So cool. Well, Mike, thank you so much for talking with me today about this. I'm excited to be with you this summer on campus. Any parting thoughts?
I mean, we're coming into March. We're 75% enrolled. If people are listening to this and they think it's a great option, feel free to reach out. I'm sure, Victoria, you can link our website in your content. And if you have questions, I have a really amazing team who are ready to answer questions and kind of walk people through what our program looks like.
That's great. All right, Mike. Well, always a pleasure to talk with you, and I will see you soon.
Thank you, Victoria. I really enjoyed it.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for listening to Laugh, Cry, IEP with Victoria Crisp. We hope it has given you inspiration and a sense that you are not alone. In fact, we'd love to have you join the Laugh, Cry, IEP community on Facebook. It's a free group for moms like you. You can also learn how to work with Victoria in the group or on her website, crispeducationadvising.com. Both links are in the show notes for you. Until next time, please share the show with your friends or anyone you think may need this message. And remember, we are always on your side.